we discussed pretty much what does a pilot do before the flight, and we missed out on what a pilot does during a flight. So Captain Neha, can you please share after the cabin crew locks the door of the aircraft?
Close the doors.
Yeah, closes the door of an aircraft and you request for pushback. So how does that process work?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So when the cabin crew closes the door, that is the time when there is something called as the sterile cockpit. It starts. So that is the time when you need to...
What is a sterile cockpit, if you can tell the audience?
Alright, so sterile cockpit is that where we need to be focused on our pilot duties and just talk about the relevant duties and the procedures. Nothing like we cannot discuss, okay, how are you, what did you do yesterday, where did you go for dinner, all of these things we cannot talk about.
So in simple terms, you cannot chit chat, you just focus on the flight.
Yes.
That's below 10,000 feet, right?
That's from the time, yes, we actually start the engines till the time we go up to 10,000 feet above aerodrome level. And then again when we descend, then from 10,000 feet above destination aerodrome to the time you land. So that is the sterile cockpit. So that is the time when we are completely, like we make sure that we have cross-checked, the entries into the MCDU, which is a flight management system. In that we need to cross-check. So both the pilots should know that everything is correct. And then once the briefing is done, we request for pushback from the air traffic control. So once we get the pushback, so at that time, whoever is the pilot monitoring will say that, Mumbai ground, first of all, whoever number of passengers.
What's a pilot monitoring? I mean, yes, absolutely. There is a pilot flying and pilot monitoring.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So it's part of what CRM and then
Yes.
what does.
So earlier the terminology was pilot flying and pilot not flying, or PF and PNF. But you cannot consider the pilot not flying as not doing the duties with respect to the flight, because he is also contributing towards the safety and ensuring that things are performed well if in case the pilot flying has not done the correct selections on the automation or not flying as per the required heading or altitude, etc. So in that case, pilot not flying was incorrect term, which was changed to pilot monitoring. So he is also the part of the crew.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a collective job, right?
Flight
like
crew,
the duties are shared.
Yes.
There are certain duties of the pilot
flying and pilot
certain
monitoring.
duties of pilot
Yes. So in that case, when the pilot monitoring while pushing back, first of all have to take a changeover at the busy airports. You have to give the number of passengers. So let's say Delhi delivery.
Yeah, what does that call look like? I mean, we know our training flight calls, like we would ask for